Hello and good day to everybody. Welcome to today's video. I did actually start this video yesterday. I think it was yesterday. So let's start there. Guys, the studio is really taking a hit here. It's really taking a hit. This is where I want to have my garden zone started. I really want to get these seeds started today. And today's also my sister Emily's birthday. This is a mess. This is a mess. This is a mess. That's a mess. So here we are in the studio slash seed starting room. Multi-purpose, multi-function. Got a lot of cool things going on. Drop cloth setup. Got the dirt. Some things, some accessories. All of our seeds. Still haven't opened up our seeds here. We have a mustard kit. I'm gonna try to get those seeds started today. I believe there's seeds in there you plant for that. I don't know. That's a Christmas present. Gonna get that going. We got some miscellaneous peat cups here. I'm gonna try to use those up, and some other cups here. I may have to go out and forage in the old shed for some more starters. You see these little guys. They work great. First things first, though. I gotta clear off this table. I got to get this light set up. So that means I have to set up some something to hold this light up from either side before I get going. So that's going to be the first challenge. I think I'm going to get going on it right now. So I started off, I measured this light, which is a great starter light. It's meant for it, designed for it. And then I measured this table, and the light is 47 inches and the table is only 40, which means I have to stage this out over here. And if I try to hook up wood to here, it's going to bow out. It's going to be unstable. I'm not going to be happy with it. I could do it, but I'm thinking maybe about using some of this stuff over here, guys. Some of this stuff over here. I have some items here. This is what I use to set up green screens with. I got a couple of these bad boys. I'm gonna see if I can get those set up, see how tall those are, and see if I can use two of my green screen tripods. I'll be sacrificing them for the duration until all this stuff gets moved down in the basement, which is going to happen not for another month. All the seeds start up here where it's nice and warm. Once they get toughened up and they get their, they're good and strong, and then by then the basement's just that much warmer. Then everything goes down there, and I keep everything down there in our big table, and everything gets transplanted into bigger pots. But for right now, I think I'm gonna move my audio rigs, get those out of here, and set up a couple tripods and see if that might work. So I taped the tripod legs with some gaff tape down here to the legs of the table for a little extra stability, both of them. And look what we ended up with. Works pretty good. And I'll be able to raise and lower this thing as needed. I won't need to raise it probably much at all, but or if any. This looks like a pretty good distance here. Got the heating mats. Now I can go ahead and get started planting this stuff. We're here getting everything organized, okay? So anything like, let's say, lettuce, any leafy greens, anything like that, including, no, dill's gonna stay here. This stuff here is stuff that isn't going to be planted until it goes right directly in the ground on June 1st. It goes right in the ground. These are all our pepper varieties. These need to be planted early, which is today. This pile is going to be anything like leeks, shallots, onions. These get planted early, which is today. Carrots. To have a good healthy crop of carrots, I will start these early. I probably won't start these today. I'll move these over here. Tomatoes. I have a couple well, a bunch of different kinds of tomatoes, some heirlooms, and some whatnot. Most of these, I had to get the hybrid variety. I have a determinate variety, and most of the rest of them are indeterminates. But they were all out of most of the heirlooms. I do have one heirloom in here somewhere. Here we have strawberries. I'm gonna plant those today. Shallots, these go back in here. And here we have some broccoli. I didn't do any cabbage or any cauliflower this year. I'm gonna do broccoli. This will be the first set of broccoli. These are left over from last year. I'll do these, write them down on the calendar today, and in 2 more weeks I will plant probably 4 more, and then 2 weeks after that 4 more, and then 2 weeks after that 4 more. So I continue, have a perpetual harvest of broccoli, unlike last year where it all came at once, and then I just had too much broccoli, and then you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it. You're gonna give some away. Broccoli doesn't necessarily can. It does freeze decently, but anyway, that was a little bit of a challenge. So this is what we got. All this herbs and stuff I'm gonna save. We don't necessarily need to get these done today. These are okay to definitely not do today. So I'm gonna put those aside. This is all aside for in the ground. So this is basically what we're working with. This area right here, guys. And I think I have plenty of space and plenty of cups and plenty of everything I need to do to get this going right here. Okay, I have my first cups set. These already have Brock written on them from last year, which is nice. And you see there's not much dirt in here, guys. There's enough to set up a little root zone for them. I have done nothing yet. The soil is damp, slightly damp. It's not moist. I'm going to show you guys how to moisten the soil at the end of this. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to take these broccoli seeds. They're pretty little. And we're going to take about, let's say, boom. We're going to go in here like this. And we're going to put about 5 seeds per, right? And then we're just going to take a little bit of this dirt here. See, it's damp. It's not moist. It's damp. There's a difference, folks. We're going to take this, and we're just going to lightly cover. Lightly cover. That big chunk there, get that out of there. Lightly cover it, tamp it down with our fingers just to cover those seeds. We want those seeds to germinate in the darkness. The reason why we're using 5 seeds per cup is because these are last year's seeds. These are left over from last year. I want to make sure we have germination rate. If I don't see anything pop up in a week with these, then these seeds will, I'll just start these all over with some fresh seed, which I have. And the reason why the dirt's so low is because as the seedlings grow and stretch, looking for light, although they have plenty of adequate light right there with that, that's what it's made for. It's going to be, actually, I'm going to lower it right down on top of them, to keep them from stretching. But they will stretch a little bit when they first start up. And what you do is you just fill in around the stem area with more dirt, and then from the sides of the stem, more roots will shoot out from there. And then by the time they get little seedlings like this, the dirt will be filled all the way up to about here, so there's still some room to water from the top. So that's why I do it this way. It seems to work really good. Prevents from stretching. You'll see, hopefully everything works out all right. I'll have another video. You'll see the plants, nice and thick stemmed and without a real long, weak stem that's going to easily topple over. Another thing too, I have to set up here, which I have, is a little fan, and that's once they germinate and you get the moisture top off of them and they're open to the air, then we put a fan on them, and the fan moves them around. Not only does it give them a lot of fresh air all the time, but it does strengthen their stems. It kind of like reproduces nature out there in the wilds, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this exact same technique for everything that I have up there on that desk, and get everything in these things here, and that'll give me time to listen to some Peter Tosh, and yeah, baby, it's gonna be fun. Hope you guys are enjoying this. hope you're staying safe. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. I just realized I forgot to show you guys a very important part of this whole process, and that is these cups. These little solo cups are great, but they are meant to hold liquids, right? And we don't want too many liquids to ruin the root system, to rot it out. So what I do is I just take a little knife, and sometimes I do them 2 or 3 at a time, and I just go like that. Just give it a little twist like that, and that's just going to give you enough drainage. So boom, for a couple different reasons. When you tap water, everything will drain out, but the way we're going to water this entire first row of seedlings is going to be from bottom watering. That's so we don't disturb the seeds on top and wash them to the surface. It's a very delicate process, especially with really fine seeds. I'm going to show you guys some really fine seeds right now. In fact, I just opened up the strawberries. They're going to be next. And these come in the pack. They come in a pack within a pack. And there's a little wax paper. Look at these bad boys. Those things are pretty small. So you got to be careful with these things. And watering the cups from the bottom, it basically wicks the water from the bottom up till the whole cup gets wet. So that's what we're gonna do. Back to some Tosh, baby. Well, guys, it's done. The planting part is finished. I'm going to show you how I water these things. See this tray here? I just pulled that tray out. And what you want to do is just take a pitcher of water, and you're going to just dump the water in here. Just keep going and keep going and keep going. It's going to take quite a bit. We're going to go with almost not quite a full gallon, and then put that back there like that. These are going to float around in there a little bit. It's going to take a while for them to absorb. I'm going to do the same to all these other trays here, and then we'll check it out again and again. What you're going to want to do is just make sure that the water has leached up into these. So once this is pretty moist and there's no standing water in the bottom, it's all soaked up, then we're good to go. And you can see how I raised the light there. This light doesn't need to be down low for a little bit. I'll keep an eye on this every day. I have nothing else better to do. So I'll be looking at it, monitoring it that way. And I do have these clear lids here. Something like that would work just fine. Put that on there like that, boom. Just to keep some of the humidity in there. It's good for them for the first part of it. And then again, we have these two have heating mats underneath them. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll have these going for maybe a day or two, and then I'll switch over to these ones. I only have 2 heating mats. I do want to get 2 more eventually, but right now this is fine. I'll just keep switching them back and forth, giving them a little love, a little warmth. Helps with the germination process. And that's it for now. I will definitely be showing you guys when these little babies start sprouting. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited. And again, I will be putting a little fan over here once they're up and doing their little thing. So thanks for checking out the video of the day. Hope it wasn't too long, too boring for you guys. And I hope everybody out there is doing the right thing and staying safe and distancing themselves and washing things down and being safe. It's really important, guys. All right, peace out. Love you.